My name is Afroz Lahsai and I'm a graduate from the Environmental Site Remediation Program at Seneca College, and I'll be interviewing Mr. Atif Mohamed, an environmental sustainability researcher at Seneca College.
I think one of the emerging issues now that's discussed in relation to climate change is the issue of resilience and resilient development. I think this is a very important topic that has to be further developed through research and discussion that can really help move many of the goals in terms of mitigating climate change through looking at different approaches and different technologies.
Thank you. What do you believe is the great climate change crisis facing the world today?
I think one of the great climate change crises is that we see a great disparity between the impacts of climate change and where the sources of many of the sources of where many of the factors that are causing climate change are occurring. So in the most industrialized parts of the world, for example, we see that they are often the point source emitters of, for example, of CO2 emissions, but it's often the least developed parts of the world who are suffering the consequences of that.
Thank you. Do you have an idea how we can correct this problem or protect ourselves from its dangers?
I think one of the means is to create avenues where we can facilitate the exchange of knowledge, technologies, and funds to help least developed nations and create greater partnerships between industrialized and least industrialized nations to help mitigate many of these problems.
Thank you. Would you like to provide a message aimed directly at delegates and policymakers?
To the delegates and policymakers, I hope that through this conference that the issue of resilience and the issue of biocapacity is discussed and developed even further. I come from a country, Yemen, for example, the southern part of Yemen, and unfortunately Yemen is suffering through a severe water crisis, and the capital itself, Sana'a, may be the first capital in the world to run out of water relatively soon. So, and that's one country, and there are other countries throughout the world who are under similar environmental constraints. So providing the exchange of knowledge, the exchange of technology, and with greater cooperation, I think that this will help mitigate various difficulties and create a greater global cooperation and collaboration, and move towards a more equitable development throughout the world.
Thank you.